But Rob, Sammy Watkins, wide receiver for the Baltimore Ravens, man, I mean, he came out and said a mouthful about Lamar Jackson to reporters. And he basically, like, he was saying he wants Lamar to play, sign your contract, and play. I'm going to let Rob G read some of his quotes from, I guess it was yesterday, Rob G?
Yeah, he sold it to the Washington Post and what looks to be an exclusive, sit-down interview. I guess nobody's really interviewing Sammy Watkins like that. So for them to get these comments on record is kind of a big deal. Here's what he said. In this league, everybody is pretty much banged up, hurt. I don't want to speak for him in his situation and whatever he's going through with the contracts. I don't know what world he's in, but for me, you got a chance to do something special. We all know with Lamar Jackson out there, this team is really freaking good and special things can happen. He can will this team to a Super Bowl. I don't think he's thinking about it that way, that he's got an opportunity to win a Super Bowl. I hope he hobbles back out there. Put him out for a few pass plays. Don't run him at all, but you never know. That could be wrong. I'm being very selfish right now. I just want him to be out on the field.
All right, Rob.
Not only selfish, but ridiculous. I'm sorry. Stop it. You're not a doctor. You haven't examined him. You're not asking a guy to go out and play hurt. And Sammy Watkins has been hurt himself, Chris, right? That's derailed his career.
Right.
Why would you tell somebody?
That's the knock on him.
Right. It doesn't even make sense coming from him. I just don't even get that. I understand, yes, it would be great to have him out there. If the guy's hurt, he's hurt. That's why there's an injury report, Chris. That's what are you saying? He hasn't practiced in 5 weeks. You remember when they killed Jay Cutler, Chris, on that playoff game?
Yep.
And then he had off-season surgery. You don't know what the guy's going through. How dare you? You can't do it. You sound dumb. Chris, you sound dumb when you don't know what someone's going through. It ain't fair to Lamar. Why? This guy's played all these. He's hurt. Why do we believe he's not hurt? There's no reason to believe that.
Rob, first of all, why is Sammy Watkins even talking?
Exactly. He got there 5 minutes ago.
He was in Green Bay a month ago. I mean, really. He hasn't even played with Lamar. You mentioned Lamar hadn't practiced in 5 weeks. I think the last time Lamar practiced, Watkins was playing for the Packers. So that's number one. You don't need to be, you have no idea really what the situation is with Lamar. And so for a teammate to say this, Rob, yeah, I agree. It just isn't cool. And here's what I think. I mean, Lamar spelled out his injury, grade 2 sprain of the PCL, darn near a grade 3 sprain. So I do think he's legitimately hurt. But Rob, judging from Watkins' comments, and I'm not going to say all the players feel like he does. He might be the only one for all I know. But I don't know if you saw John Harbaugh's, and I don't know if we have sound of that, Rob G, but John Harbaugh, Rob, was asked about Lamar's tweet, and he just brushed off. He's like, nah, I don't pay attention to that stuff. I mean, he's like, that's basically what he said. Those two responses, Watkins and Harbaugh, it tells me that at least in some parts of the building in Baltimore, there's a belief that Lamar could play. There's a belief that they must think he's 80%, 85% or something and could play. And I would say this, if his knee, and he said it in his tweet, is unstable, then there's no way he should be out there because, right, obviously it's dangerous for any player to go out there with a knee that's unstable. And I know, we know the feeling of when you say your knee's unstable. But he's not a Patrick Mahomes, a Peyton Manning, a Tom Brady that's going to sit in the pocket and just throw. If Lamar's knee is unstable, Rob, that means he's not running like he usually runs. He's not cutting like he usually cuts, stopping on a dime, spinning, making people miss, scrambling, buying extra time. He's doing none of that on an unstable knee. And if he got hit like that on a knee like that, he could really do some damage to his knee. And obviously we all know the contract situation where he doesn't have, He doesn't have money after this year, for goodness sake. So I believe he's hurt. But like I said, I think some of the people in the building, it seems, Rob, like they think, and we talked to, the reporter yesterday, that some people there think, oh, he could get out there and play. But I just think that it wouldn't be wise for him if he's not, close to 100% or feeling like that knee is at least stable.
Yeah, I just think it's dangerous for people to assume anything. I just do. Unless you've examined him, unless you're his doctor, Chris, and you get a doctor on the record to say there's nothing wrong with him and I don't know why he's doing what he's doing, I just think you got to be very careful of that. And I'm going to take him at his word. I think he wants to play, wants to win. It doesn't make sense to – it's not like, okay, I'm going to get to the end of the season. Now there's a playoff game. Now I'm going to fake an injury because I'm going to make them show you how valuable I am. It's been 5 weeks. He got hurt on a play. Not some mysterious injury. Didn't he get hurt on a play in the game?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Chris, really?
I don't – and Rob, you and I both said we thought he should sit out at the start of the season.
At the
start, probably have
yep.
a deal right now. Or at least we think
that's
so.
What we
I
thought.
know Baltimore, they operate a little differently. But still, I just don't think Lamar is built that way. I'm not gonna say, Rob, that the contract is not on his mind in any way. I'm not going to say that. I don't think he personally, it's just my feeling from what he said. And I don't think he could get out there and play. But I do think he's being wise if he could get out there and play by saying if he were 100%, I think he'd play. Or, as close to 100% felt the knee was stable. I think he would play just because he played at the beginning of this year. He's always kind of been that type of guy that just wants to go out there and play. And Rob, we said it before. I know I have, that I thought Lamar was not really like paying enough attention to his contract.
Right.
Like, remember when we didn't know everything that was going on behind the scenes, but it just seemed like he was very nonchalant about it and not focusing on it like he should have been, in my opinion. And so I don't think money's going to hold him back. Rob, there's some people that think if the Ravens franchise him that he might not play. I don't see that. I think he would play on the franchise tag.
Yeah, I'm just not sure where he is on that, because if you're going to take that stance, then you could have held out before the season started.
Right.
If you're going to go that route. And it's going to be more money than you've ever made. Because of the way that
remember, he hasn't made, relatively speaking.
I'm saying, but
this is the only year he's really been paid a good amount of money, relatively speaking.
Right,
remember,
but I'm talking about the franchise tag is going to be an average of the top five,
about 45, right? 50 million.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That money is big.
Right. No, he's I would think he's got to play on that. Again, because you said, the money he would make with that would be the biggest money he's ever made. And like I said,
right.
He's only had 1 year of really getting huge money. He made $23 million this year, Rob. Guess how much his base salary was last year?
How much?
1.7.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Million.
No money.
1.3 the year before that. He made $480,000 his first year and $910 his second year. So this is the first year he's getting significant money in NFL terms. And then for him, that franchise tag, absolutely, Rob, would be the biggest.
It's a huge payday.
Twice as much. So, yeah, he's got to do it. And, Rob, we've seen it with Kirk Cousins and Dak. The franchise tag can, even though I don't think it's great for players, it can work in your favor in terms of getting money. And so, I agree with you. I think he would play on it. All right.